Yo, what is up? It is your boy Stephlyon, and as I'm updating my game, getting ready to hop into the verse, because y'all gonna be seeing an episode in a couple of days of me going to take what is rightfully mine from that Pharaoh data center that stole my key card, okay? But until then, let's react to this board gamer video. Crafting is coming. We did see them say at CitizenCon that it is almost ready. We might be seeing it on the next major patch. Let's react to this. Let's see what new information there is about crafting in the verse.
Crafting is coming to Star
Yo,
Citizen CIG.
it's going to be so lit. Bro, the fact that you'll be able to craft all your necessities, and they said that you can literally clip this thing to a ship and you would have a freaking portable crafting hub. That's going to be insane.
Star Citizen will be testing the first implementation of crafting on the tech preview build by the end of the year.
Fire.
This initial release will focus on FPS gear, weapons, and armor.
I want to see what missions they bring for blueprints.
Ship components, or at least ship weapons as well. You'll be able to craft weapons and armor with an item fabricator using a blueprint with materials you've collected.
But that's the thing. We already know they're probably going to put the blueprints out for sale and you can buy them. But how do they implement them in game? Like, I would like to see, because I don't know if you guys know about like the game Rust. Rust had a system where you get blueprints from getting a lot of scrap and using the scrap to learn things. But then they recently just changed the whole meta where to get certain things, you need to get blueprint fragments. And when you collect enough fragments, you can put them together to make a blueprint. I would low-key not mind seeing something like that in Star Citizen, because if you think about it, you go do bunkers or you do missions and you get all these rewards and you have to come together and get all these blueprints, put them together to get a very good blueprint. I feel like blueprint fragments would be actually like insane. And the more common items can have like just full blueprints, but the exotic stuff, fragments, you know? Like you need like 4 fragments.
These craftables will typically be better than stuff you can buy in the shops.
That's
a
gonna be
relatively small scale test is what is planned here. CIG want to...
Imagine they let you craft like mining lasers that are better than the mining lasers that come on the ships. And you can crack a bigger rocks. Boom.
Get a lot of the feedback on crafting and the new material quality system.
I need to go back to mining though. I
and
haven't done
stuff like
mining
that,
in a bit.
and then work on that, improve that, bring it back for testing. With this crafting test, there will also be major updates and changes to the inventory system as well. I believe this is the...
I don't like those changes. They look weird, man.
Working on allowing you to compare stats and items very easily, allowing you
Okay,
to...
well, I do get like comparing items very easily. That is going to be definitely needed with crafting. But I just like, they have to, it can't be too messy. It literally can't be too messy. Like if you guys have seen some games like Destiny, and there's just so much going on the screen when you're looking at stuff, trying to compare stuff. I hate it. I hate when my screen is jam-packed with so much information and it feels overwhelming when I don't like half the information is not even needed. So they have to do it in a slimline way that makes it actually reasonable.
Containers, also allowing you to manage your resources at a glance more easily, so you can plan what resources you have for crafting.
Because this does look
like
weird.
The filtering system and searching system, stuff like that. Having a better inventory in general is just going to make the game a lot more easy to play and a lot less fiddly. As part of the release as well, there's going to be item fabricators. You'll be able to buy these.
Bro, when I buy this,
stores in game at most labs.
when I buy this and I start making the drip, y'all are gonna see me with the drip, bro. I'm gonna be like a pimp. Every day I'm coming out with new drip.
Landing zones, you'll be able to place these in your cargo bay or your hangar. You can move them around with a tractor beam. They look to be around 16 SU in size, at least the ones we're getting with this initial
I can fit it in my C1. I can fit it in my C1.
release. This will fit in quite a lot of medium plus sized multi-crew ships, in my opinion. We know there's going to be a variety of fabricators in the future, ranging from FPS items to allowing you to build all the way up to ships and vehicles.
Yeah.
But with this release, you can potentially have a carrack that respawns people in its med bay and med beds, and then they can run out and they can go and fabricate gear before getting back into the fight.
The fact that we're getting like, they're saying they're doing instants and stuff, that might really help out for when you are in an instance and people are dying in that instance to get right back into battle. Bro, when they add the major big freaking like tactical battles, man.
Have several in the cargo bay. Now, they didn't mention whether we'd be able to fabricate ammo and consumables.
You'd have to be, right?
Release, or
Yeah,
10.
no, because think about it, because we have all the things we need, and they also have the ammo boxes that you can get from like commodities. We have like the medical containers. Those should let you be able to get like your consumables and your med pens and all of that. It has to be like it's literally there. It's in the game already.
I should say. Talking of materials for crafting, you'll need some. We know that CIG have made updates to structural salvage to start preparing it for the crafting system, and we know that you'll need a specific amount and quality of materials to build whatever you want to build.
Quality of materials.
Quality of
I love that.
Quality materials that you
Adds
add
depth. That's
to
so much
the
depth.
crafting pool when you're creating something will improve the stats and influence the stats of the item that you are crafting based on the materials you are using. So potentially using a high quality version of iron ore in a weapon might improve its raw damage, for example, but it might improve its side-to-side aim or something like that. Finding higher quality materials will be somewhat random. It isn't just for mining either. It's going to be salvage, harvesting, looting. Crafting will support all of that, and I believe...
But I do like the fact that it's going to be random. I like when it's like, you don't know what you're going to get. I like the fact that you have to grind out so many hours to get it, but they can't make it too rare, because if it's too rare, then it becomes too much of a time crunch. But if they make it just right to the point where it's like, if you have every 10 SCU, you're going to get like 2 SCU of rare material. That's okay. If they say, okay, if you go to this very dangerous place, you will get 5 out of 10 SCU of this rare material. Again, that is good because it's going to drive people to places that they don't really want to be in, but it's going to give them some good gameplay. There's going to be pirates out there. There's going to be whatever. You're going to need to get a group together. You're going to have to go there with some escorts, a patrol, and it just adds so much. And it also gives game loops for the bigger orgs. It also adds mercenary missions where players can say, hey, can I hire some people to come with me and like just protect me? It adds all of these things, and it adds also other ways of payment. It's not always going to be credits. Someone says, hey, I've got this big mining ship. If you guys protect me, I will give you like 2 SU of some good materials or whatever. And it adds so much more depth and so much more styles people can play with, which is really good.
There's going to be a level of quality materials for all of those things as well. You'll need blueprints for the item that you want to craft. All players will start with some, but you'll be able to get more in-game primarily at first through missions, but we also know they want to do them through shops, loot, reputation, potentially even events and wickelos, things like that.
I low-key, okay, you guys are gonna hate me. I don't care. Say whatever you want. I want blueprints to have limited use. See the way in the future, the death of a spaceman is gonna be like your DNA is deteriorating? I want blueprints to deteriorate. After like 100 crafts, 20 crafts, the more rare the item, 10, 20 crafts, it starts deteriorating, and then you've lost the blueprint. You need to go get a new blueprint. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It just because if you have unlimited access to that thing that you got that is super rare in the verse, and you can make an unlimited amount of it, you're going to flood the market, or it's gonna depreciate the value of the item. But if there is a finite amount of times you can use that blueprint, it means you can't just grind it out once and then that's it. No, you have to grind it out multiple times if you do want to flood the market. You feel me? So like, it has to look. What do you think about it?
As one of its primary, if not primary, progression mechanic. There aren't levels and experience in Star Citizen. It's ships, items, wealth, blueprints, reputation, personal skill and goals, where you are, all that sort of stuff that drive progression. CIG showed ship weapons as well as FPS weapons.
Low key, I like this. I do like this. This right here, this system looks really nice. That actually looks so nice. This is what I was talking about. You know, a couple of videos ago, if you've watched my videos, you know I was talking about I would like to see them do something where it's like the shop terminal, and it shows you how much items you have to craft a certain thing, and you have to just press it, and you press your blueprint, and it shows you what you need and how much you have, and then you can craft it. This is literally exactly what I was talking about. So I really like this.
CIG did reiterate as well that these things that you'll be crafting will be better than
you
stuff
can
you can buy from the shops, and you'll be able to focus on stats that you want in the item and what's relevant to your gameplay.
No, bro, why is the beef in a Minecraft box? Look at the beef. The beef is in a Minecraft cube. What is going on? Mustard in the cube.
better armor resistance. Now, CIG did say that they will be using the current refining.
They do need to add that little. See the way they've created this large crafting thing that's like 16 SEU? They need to make a 1 SEU version of that and put it in every single ship that has a freaking kitchen. Put it in there. Let's craft the food, bro. If you want the glizzy, 3D print the glizzy. Like yo, pause. Like 3D print that.
But
Will
it
the
sounds like
fabricators be able to
effectively a
refine
temporary
themselves?
solution. I'd expect this to go back for testing a few times on the tech preview before it gets phased into live, in my opinion.
I think that the actual crafters, the fabricators, should be able to refine materials at a very slow rate so it doesn't eliminate the refineries, but allows you to refine things at a slow rate. Let's say someone has to doesn't have a lot of time to play, they go out, they go farming. When they come back, they can just chuck a bunch, like maybe 6 SU, or how much space it can take. I don't know how much space it's gonna have. If it can take like 10 SU of like materials, they can chuck it in there and start refining. They log off, and the next day they come back and they have most of it refined or all of it refined. While if you do it at a refinery, it might take an hour, 2 hours. But if you do it in the actual fabricator, it might take you 12 hours. Just to give people a chance to just be able to refine it without having to go to a refinery and without killing the refineries, you know what I'm saying?
Now, there is some stuff that is coming later that CIG outlined. A better UI for everything, more blueprints, almost everything will be craftable in the future is basically what CIG have said a few times.
There's going to be everything is going to be craftable.
A huge range of sizes, right? You're going to be able to build space stations, also Bengal carriers, vehicles, lots and lots of different stuff, ship components.
Research
there
time,
is going to be an economy
4
that supports all
days.
this, but also refining and salvaging. Ships will eventually salvage down into their crafted parts. So if something's made of aluminium and titanium, that's what it will salvage down into, and that's what you'll be using to craft stuff, not RMC and construction materials. Although
salvaging is gonna be crazy. The loot goblins are going to win. We are finally gonna win, gang. When we go to our loot goblin, we have those boxes full of like gear. Salvage it all, bro. We got all the things we need, bro. We gonna be coming out with the gra every day for free, bro. Nah, stop.
There will be a level of that. CIG have not confirmed whether we're going to be able to build consumables and ammo and stuff like that. That is my assumption that we will be able to. But
we should be,
at the very least, later we're going to be able to. Upgrading and researching, they're big parts of the whole crafting and progression system. They are not coming in this release. Eventually you'll be able to research a ship that you've got its hull or whatever and go, I want to add these particular stats to it, and then you'll be able to upgrade like a ship up to 5 times, and that will change the stats of it quite significantly. You'll be able to do that with weapons and gear and loads of stuff. There will be base building, there will be station building in the future. Some other bits that we don't really know about yet and questions that I want answered. Will we be able to change the colours and have cosmetics as part of the crafting process?
You should be able to. I think they'd add that, right? That's like a bare minimum.
Sort of cosmetics to be part of the crafting.
Yeah.
We should see an economy and resource update. Wikilow's Emporium has actually been used to work out some of the crafting recipe type stuff to some degree. Resource gathering will be incredibly important, and what we need is a player-to-player trade.
We can finally farm, gang. You know what made me start all this survival gaming? Farming, bro. I used to be farming metal ingots. I used to be farming copper. I used to be farming dirt, cement, blocks. I started on Minecraft. I be farming everything, bro. Now I can farm in Star Citizen too? And actually use it to build my base?
A system to allow you to sell items that you've made and some of these crafting materials that you may have gathered in a release, but I know CIG are working on it. Refining looks like it's going to be supporting the higher quality materials, but they're going to be like a unique resource from what I sort of understand. That's pretty much all we know about the initial release of crafting. I am very excited for crafting.
This is going to be good.
It's the main gameplay I want to do in Star Citizen, which is industrial-based and base crafting, trading.
No, but the thing is, if they can do this well and they can build a real economy around this, think about, like, people can actually have in-game businesses. We can actually have businesses. That makes sense. Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of games, it's like, everyone just goes to this area, they put their stuff on the market, and you can access the market from everywhere. But I'm guessing in Star Citizen, and what I'm hoping in Star Citizen is going to be something like you can go to someone's space station and go to their store. People can be traveling merchants. They can go around, find the best prices for items, buying the items in stock and go around and they're like, I don't know, there's a big ship, I think it's called the Merchant Man, and you can go around in the Merchant Man with all these items that you've picked up from all around the solar systems, and people can come to you and buy. You can put yourself in really good spots so people can come to and buy things. There's going to be so much things that we can do to make this feel real, feel like a big like part of the universe. If they do it right, it's going to be beautiful.
And being able to actually manufacture stuff and then trade that with other players. What are you hoping that is also added to this initial release, or initial test, I should say? Are you expecting crafting to, as I am, be phased into the game slowly? So they'll go, yes, FPS crafting, or small scale crafting just
it definitely has to be slow.
Fabricator, that's put into the game. Bam, that's live. Or do you expect it to be, now that we've got FPS armor tested, well, we'll take that back to the drawing board and then also bring it back when we have a little bit more idea what we're doing with vehicle and ship building, that sort of stuff? I think that's very unlikely to actually happen, but I did want to
It'll be too much. It'll be way too much.
Possibility. I do expect FPS crafting to be in our hands fully in the live build next year. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think early next year.
Below. I'd love to hear what you think on that.
But yeah, that's very interesting. I do think it's going to come in slowly. I want it to come in slowly. When it comes to things like this and they're like just big, really technical parts of the game, you can't rush it. I don't want them to rush it. I want them to take their time, make it good, because this is going to be one of the biggest aspects. When I think about the 1.0 version of the game and the full release version of the game, this is one of the things that people are going to spend a lot of time in, because you think about it, in every MMORPG we play, people spend a lot of time in creating clothes, crafting, learning all these traits and trades, and like think about like ESO and other games. You want to get your alchemy at the highest, you want to get your blacksmithing, you want to get your ironsmithing, you want to get all these things to the highest part. So people are going to spend a lot of time blueprinting, finding rare resources, going to the best place for rare resources. It's going to be a big thing. So it has to be perfect. It has to work. So I don't want to see them rush it. But yeah, that's very, very interesting, man. I feel like it's going to be, if they do it, it's going to be a big hit. It's going to be a big hit, and it makes the game, it adds so much more. And I feel like a lot of people are still complaining that there's not a lot of depth to the game in terms of things to do after you've done the missions that are in the game right now. You've got your big ships. There's not a lot of things to grind to, and then everything else feels like a waste of time. Once you get to a certain point of your gameplay, it feels like a waste of time. You're just doing the same things over and over again. Something like this would give you purpose to doing the same things over and over again. And that's the thing. If they add purpose to repeating the same action, it makes sense. When there's no purpose, then it starts to feel odd. But yeah, look. Let me know what y'all think. Are you guys excited for crafting? Because I am, bro. Y'all don't get it. You know what? What am I saying? Y'all do get it. But let me know in the comments below all your opinions. And don't forget, y'all, this was a board gamer video we reacted to. If you liked it what was presented to you, make sure to go hit him up and give him a like and subscribe over there. Don't forget to like and subscribe here as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one.